That's right. It's the Grapevine, baby, on a Tuesday morning here on Smooth 98.1. Love music, love life, love great gist, love entertainment, and everything in between. It's 20 minutes past 8 a.m. Better late than never, as they say. Ayokunmi here. We're going to have a great morning, as we always do. So you need to keep up with us. You need to chime in. You need to get that front row seat to everything entertainment related this morning. Every Tuesday and Thursday at 8:15. That is what we do. We dive deep into the world of entertainment. We break the tables, spill the tea as well. So please do join us on WhatsApp on 0911 999 0981. 0911 999 You can also join us on YouTube. We are streaming live at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Join us there as well. The Grapevine is live. All right, joining me this morning to take a look at the stories, to just have fun, to share some knowledge, and let us know what is happening in the entertainment world. The one, the only, Irabor Okosun, Irabor 1 billion joining me. Irabor, good morning to you.
Good morning, Ayo. How's everybody? Good morning, Lagos.
Good, good. Welcome into the show. Hope you're doing good this Tuesday morning.
Yeah,
And
not bad.
weather
Not
is
bad.
treating you nicely on your end.
The weather is fairly good. Trying my best not to imagine, having a plus one.
You know what? Let us keep those thoughts in our back pockets for now. Let us
Mm,
walk through the grapevine first of
mm,
all.
mhm,
We'll deal with
mhm.
those matters as and
Yes,
when due.
yes.
Let's begin this morning here about talking about something that's been making the rounds recently. This will be a two-part, but I'll begin first of all with Peller. Yes, the TikTok influencer. He was hospitalized following an incident in which he crashed his newly acquired Mercedes vehicle during an emotional live stream. Now, this incident occurred on Sunday along the Lekki Ekpe Expressway during a live Instagram session, according to reports. Now, in the video that circulated, which I got glimpses of, he appeared visibly distressed, while driving alone. He was crying and agitated, making a number of several remarks. And I think the crux of the matter was um, the thought of him being mocked if his relationship ended and so on and so forth. Anyways, the car was crashed. There's been a lot of back and forth over that particular incident. Now, the FRSC on one hand, I know, have said they're going to prosecute him for that particular incident on one hand. Now, other people have said that this was all done just to remain in the consciousness of the people. Now, someone mentioned that he did all this just because he was trying to one up Carter Ife or something like that. I don't know, Ira, but this issue of popularity, this currency of attention, are we taking it too far now, looking at what has happened with this young man?
Yes, we are. First of all, let me just preface it with this. Nobody is, well, us, Sha, myself, you, and everybody at Smooth FM, we're not advocating for, you know, just not listening to somebody who isn't, in their right mind, like who needs help genuinely. We're not, trying to just sideline that person or not even trying not to have that conversation in the first place. So let's just, put that out there. Because if
Right.
anybody's going through anything psychological or whatnot, we want them to get desired help. Like that's it. Now, if you're speaking about this particular issue, Pella's own, eh, you have to adjust your eyeglasses and focus on it properly. I feel the same thing too, where he was trying to just remain relevant or do something very extreme just to be in the consciousness of Lagosians, Nigerians, and the likes. Now, is it a bad thing to be in the consciousness of people because of business, because of trending, because of I don't think that's a bad thing. You know, we are on radio maybe almost every day. So we're trying our best to make sure we come up with the best type of analysis that people can, want to listen to us more than our competitors. I can see it from that angle. But
Mm.
we are not now going to now start giving fake news or trying to sensationalize everything and push propaganda that is just going to get people scared without fact checking and all that. So that's where I have an issue. So if that's the case, then yes, this person has to be prosecuted properly according to the law. Simple, because you cannot put other people's lives in danger, because you're out on the road driving. So the way I see driving as like sex, honestly. Sorry. Like the way I see it is it's so serious, sacred among other things because other people are involved. Because the littlest shift in your steering can affect the next person who is on Okada or who is driving. Like so much can
Yeah.
happen on the road. You know, it can cause a ripple effect and catastrophe is, you know, there. So the immaturity of not knowing the consequences of that action is my issue. So such has to be corrected because if the person who has done this is not corrected, or that's based on the fact that it happens to be the person wanted to train and whatnot, because again, the way this person has treated the said girlfriend over, I mean, let's just use the entire year, you would even beg to ask the question, does this person even like or love this person? Aha. So if you're now getting, you know, your heart broken because of whatever happened and going to bash your car, going to die is the next thing. And the insult to people who are actually going through such and they know and they don't know better than to resort to that, you know, action, it's an insult to them as well. So you can't, there are certain things you can't play around with, you know. If it happens naturally, fine. But you can now use it and play around it, then expect you know it's going to function as a promo tool for you, you know. So
Yeah.
it's so much, I mean, it's just too much for us to even, you know, digest it. So um I guess, like we always say, because we talk about people who have money, whether they are young or they are older or whatever, when we try to criticize them constructively, oh, because left to me, if Peller or anybody like Peller wasn't doing anything like this, nothing concern us. Like we would keep on doing what we're doing, keep it moving. So, but when things like this happen, we have to talk about it because our society expects us to make sure that the things that are bad are brought to order and corrected, and the things that are good are acknowledged and encouraged so that other people can do it. So I think yes, he needs to be prosecuted. He needs to, you know, be punished one way or the other if that's the case. Now, if truly his heart was broken, he needs a lot of therapy, and you know the sessions need to be just like if you're trying to revive somebody who is down and you put B complex in their IV or something. So he needs a lot of, you know, coaching, understanding, because all of us don't chop heartbreak. You know, all of like all of us whether we get money, we don't get money. Even even Dangote that year where they quote and unquote they open the yash, he said chop one way.
Language,
Everybody,
Irabor, language.
sorry. I had to use that. Like my point is, everybody has felt it one way or the other. So again, if you are feeling your own now, you yourself calm down now, join the line, my friend. But if that's the case where he was using it to trend, that's just completely silly, and it needs to be checked
Mm.
immediately.
Definitely needs to be checked. And Irabor, this takes me to the second part of this particular story here, which has to do with Doris Ogala. I know that we have a break coming up, but let's just quickly talk about this as well, because according to reports, she attempted suicide after Pastor Chris Okafor ended their relationship. Now, after she discovered that he had ended their relationship to propose to another woman, she stabbed herself in the hand, leading to heavy bleeding. This issue of heartbreak, Irabor. I mean, we need to take a very close look at all these issues because this doesn't seem to be a normal thing going on.
So now the thing is, when I was doing research on Doris, I was seeing that she's very outspoken, very unapologetic, very vocal about um, gender issues, industry politics, relationships, and marriage. And I was like, oh, you know, faith and morality too as well. But again, no, I'm not judging. Sorry, I'm not judging. Something must kill a man and a woman. We saw the messages, we read different things online, we saw it. I think there was even a shade, you know, in a most recent sermon from the said pastor. So again, these guys try their best to be, holy, to lead their lives, but the devil comes and tries to change things. So I'm not coming from the standpoint of how can you, as a human being or even as a this thing do like this. See, she carry a full korokoro eye, follow who she follow. The man self carry a full korokoro eye, follow who is following, and everybody knows the repercussions of what they did. Now, when it comes to self-harm, I've realized that a lot of people react differently. Some may be attention seeking, some may be because they don't know better. Some could just be, I guess, maybe this is what I'm supposed to do. I don't know. So when I saw that piece of information, I said, now, wow, what would have come over these guys? Is it the same demonic spirits that went over them doing this bad thing that they were doing that now came over this babe to now, worsen the whole situation? Because they say when the spirit leaves you, it comes back 7 times more wicked. So is that what happened again? I don't know. Or was the kidney so good that the babe cannot even imagine any other person or any other thing happening to her again other than this pastor? Because just resulting to that was so alarming and crazy. But it's the world we're living in. That's why I always tell people, do your best to have a personal relationship with your Lord and Savior. I'm not saying don't follow pastors. I'm not saying don't, listen to them. I'm just saying because they are human. They are human. Anything can happen. And that can distort your belief or faith in Christ or in the church, what it's supposed to be, just because of such incidents. So in yourself, you would know that, oh, I'm supposed to follow God. This is what it's supposed to be. And, life is the way life is. Grace and all that is, abiding and everything. But you should not let their own mishaps make you feel that the body of Christ or the church itself or Christianity is off because of those things that they do. Sure, you get. Look at David's house now. David, we all know what David was. We all know what Solomon was. But when Christ came, Christ was the way he was. So that's what we should strive for.
I hear you on that one, Irabor. Thank you for sharing those thoughts. We need to take this very, very quick break. When we come back in, we shall continue the conversation on your bullies in the news. Nons Mirage also has been making a couple of interesting comments as well. This is why I like the grapevine. We just get to talk about a lot of different things and bring them to the fore. Well, that and so much more to come on the other side of this. Don't go anywhere. When you go buy house for baby, Irabor, as Nons Mirage has said.
See, look, the way that kind of thing will happen is when a woman has shown me that now you Irabor, she don't born for me. She has done there's a level of something that somebody will do for you. And you see Mike Tyson, that's what I can say. Let me use Mike Tyson as an example. Like, Baba just offered the money to the babe. Like, this babe has done so much for me. I don't, this money is useless to me if I don't give her. That kind of, yes. Yes. That's the only time I feel you can do such.
So many different people with different think pieces out there. There's only God that will help us.
Everybody's striving for their daily 2K. That's the thing. Everybody's striving for their daily 2K. You don't tire you.
Tire me. You tire me.
Junction, Abuja, Surulere, Victoria Island, and Aja. For more details, call 9010-376670 or 7000-307-467 or visit www.simsng.com. Terms and conditions apply. Sims Digital Centers for the right combination of quality and price. Sound of someone who doesn't have to worry about life. It is the sound of a person who knows Leadway Health is the whole contraceptive. Don't panic, don't fear, just please. Leadway Health HMO's coverage is so good, you too can experience peace. Life happens, but with Leadway Health HMO, peace of mind is always within reach. For 3 years running, you've been recognized as Nigeria's best HMO. Because when it comes to your health, you truly got you covered. Leadway Health, wealth, and more. Before you count one tonight, your name can change from Pascal to Utoku Parala. Wait for it. Before you count another one tonight, you can go from owning one shop to becoming an importer, exporter, extraordinaire. Before you finish counting another one tonight, you can move from your identical apartment to owning a mansion in your name by playing the Globe Play-Up Lottery with as little as 100 naira. So, with the Globe Play-Up Lottery, your life can truly change for the better with 50 million naira up for grabs. Give yourself a chance to be one of the 10 lucky winners.
Almost back in.
Okay.
Another monthly jackpot for 100 naira per play. Just dial *400#. Pick any number from 1 to 9 and confirm. You can play as many times as you like on any device. Terms and conditions apply.
My name is Adenike Actor, and you're listening to Smooth 98.1. Keep listening.
Yes, you definitely need to keep listening to Smooth 98.1. We are your love music, love live station. It's a Tuesday morning, a rainy Tuesday morning out here in Victoria Island in the city of Lagos. Hope you're nice and dry where you are at this point in time. And I hope you are not in traffic or anything funny. And you are keeping it tuned to us this morning. The Grapevine is live, talking about everything entertainment and in between. Ayokunmi here, Irabor Okosun also with me this morning. We are sharing some knowledge, breaking some tables, spilling the tea all around. You get to join us as well. So please send those messages in on WhatsApp on 0911 999 0981. 0911 999 0981. You can also join us on YouTube. We're streaming live at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. You can even leave your comments there, and I'll take them alongside the WhatsApp messages. No doubt about that one. Let me take a message before we get back into the stories here, Irabor. This is from Tayo, who says it's like Irabor wanted his zeros to be complete before joining us on the Grapevine. I mean, he's Irabor 1 billion for a reason, so the zeros have to be
I was counting the money, Abby.
He then said, if Irabor had a +1 right now, then it would be a small family of 3. Well. And then Irabor, he says that you don't receive heartbreak, it's the other way around. Again.
Heartbreak receives me. Zlatan.
And then the road that I'm using to get to work is still under construction. So the road I'm using to get to work, which is still under construction, is the one that Peller is using to stream an accident. He and that his big job must collect. There are multiple videos of reckless driving this December, and one 20-year-old doesn't know his limit because he feels his space is being threatened. Police should even carry him and his AI girlfriend and leave his AI girlfriend out of this one. This is all on Peller. And it's true. We do need to be careful. I saw a video purportedly in Abuja. These guys who were having some sort of race or a car meet or whatever, and it degenerated into something ridiculous. One car bumped into another. That's one swerved. Another car decided, you know what, I can't get hit. Swerve into a light, a lamppost or something, a street light.
Yeah.
And then the car that was bumped ended up in a bush somewhere. It was just ridiculous. So people, PSA, let us be careful out there. It is very, very important. Let's drive carefully. Let's go out there and come back in one piece. Yes, it's dirty December. Yes, we're in the mood to party and everything, but let us be reasonable as we do all that. It is very, very key. There is life after dirty December. Because after December, there's January and February and so on. The wheels of the bus keep turning. So let us be careful out there and take good care of ourselves. All right, everyone, let's come back in and talk about, before I talk about Omoni Oboli, I want to talk about Nansri Raj, because we're talking about this one on the break. Now, for those who hadn't seen this particular one, she sparked some widespread debate on social media after sharing her views on how men should demonstrate love and commitment within a relationship. Now, she was speaking during a recent online discussion, and she argued that the man who truly loves a woman should be willing to improve her living conditions by renting a better home for her and her family. Now, according to her, genuine care is reflected in tangible actions that offer security and comfort, especially when a woman is living in poor conditions. Now, I do agree with that, Irabor, that genuine care is reflected in tangible actions. You can speak the biggest game, but if your actions don't back up those words, I don't know what you're doing. But I don't know about, renting a house for the family and so on and so forth. I mean, I'm not down that road, so I don't know, but you could give us some insight.
What? Oh, I should give some insight because I'm an almighty relationship expert. I'm not a relationship expert. Oh. I've never been married. No, so I just speak from life experience and try to infuse common sense. The thing with people like Nose Mirage, it's the same thing Peller did. It's the same thing she's doing, but she's not behind the wheel. They try to just say certain things. And I don't believe that she believes what she's saying. I think she's just playing to what the people that have been, fed this propaganda of misinformation about the male and female gender, the family unit, and every other thing that just, encompasses it. So I think she's just playing to it because let me make my money. I know send. If you don't want to have brain to understand the difference, no problem. So far, quote unquote, I may not be hurting anybody. I will just say what I need to say, trend enough, make my money online, and keep it moving. Because the person I always like to use in this example, although she has now currently debunked that notion, is Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, where at first she was peddling a certain, type of persona and lifestyle. But that said person who has now changed, her opinion is saying you don't have to be mean as a woman to try and command respect. So she's not going that feminist way. That said person has been married for years and has kids. So if you're trying to also side with that level, you too have to give yourself brain. The Beyonce was cheated on and she's still in the marriage and things are still moving on. I'm not saying that Beyonce is a bad person or I'm not trying to say anything negative about it. I'm just trying to say your faves are human beings and they go through those life issues that they also talk about or frown at, but when it comes to their doorstep, they act different from what they preach. That's what I'm trying to say. So I don't think she believes it. I think she's just playing into the propaganda because it doesn't make any sense. If you look at the statistics of people who are well-to-do, the middle class, the lower class, even the upper middle class and the higher class, you would see the percentages. And you know that by the time you narrow it down to those who are eligible to be the whatever you're expecting them to be, we would end up sharing each other, even while we're actively exclusive with each other. It's not going to be possible for that population to handle the other population that requires that said population. It's not going to be possible. So we have to be understanding of certain groups and try to advance together. I'm not now saying everybody should settle for less or settle for nonsense. No, what I'm saying is I'll give you an example. Somebody like Ayokunmi now, as he is now, the Oga that we know. Somebody like Copy now, Copy as she is, Copy. She may not want to follow Ayo because maybe Ayo is not coming with the billions in dollars. But for now. But if you look at my guy, like my guy stand well, pound for pound. Now, Odogu, like he goes to, he gets sense, he get car, he get house, he get work. So women in that regard now, I'm likening Copy to those types of women. I'm not saying Copy is that type of woman. I'm saying those women who may seem established or the ones that are not even established, but they strive for greatness, on that level or that way. They strive for money. They may overlook people that would genuinely fit them. So when you see all these things online, a lot of people who don't now have foundation, sense, grounding, would now think that's what it's supposed to be. Yes, if this person does not. So you now meet people and have conversations with people and be like, this your thinking is not proper. It's for things like this. Now, should we censor it? That's another question. Our former president censored the Twitter now. So anything is possible. These are censoring certain social media platforms. There's a country, what country is that they're expecting their pastors to have degree in theology, whatever they're supposed to have. So people are doing certain things. So are we going to have to do those things? It begs that question. How do we minimize the backlash of said propaganda, on our society? Because it's causing just a huge, colossal damage to society and how people think. And you'll not understand the effect until you start engaging with people, and said people are in office trying to make legislation that would govern society. And you're realizing that, wow, this is not working well. So she may be towing a dangerous line, and I think something has to be done, because this doesn't make any sense if you think about it. How many people can buy a house for whoever they are dating? How many people? Me, as I did like this, I don't feel buy a house.
She said renting a better home.
How many people can rent better homes? A better home today is how much? How many people can shell out that extra? We're entering a new tax season in 2026. How many people would even be able to stand? We need to be realistic when we are talking about all these things. Except there's one money that people have that I don't know, then I guess I need to work harder. So maybe
Double the
Tayo will
hustle.
tell me.
Get your money up, as they say.
As I'm doubling my hustle like this, it's for me to now start doing other things. So that means, please,
All right, let me take messages here. A couple of thoughts have actually come in. This is AY Nuniru, who says, that boy Peller is not in love with the Japanese girl. He's obsessed with her, and obsession is very dangerous. It's a pathway to self-destruction. It's just funny because I mean he's so young, he has his whole life ahead of him, and all these shenanigans. But hey, as we said, attention these days is a hell of a drug, really and truly. And that is one thing that the likes of Peller and all these other, in quotes, influencers thrive on. That attention that they get is what actually pays them. So they begin to take things to another level entirely, because you had the intentions of doing something like that, and you decided, oh, I will go on a live stream. I don't know. So many conspiracy theories out there, but hey, what do I do? What do I do?
I'm surprised that this babe never get belay by now.
Well, you just wonder. This is Gentle Stakes from Papa, who says, good morning, Smooth. For Peller, I will say he's very childish and his driver's license should be seized. Well, let's see if the FRSC will actually go through with what they said about prosecuting him eventually. That we'll have to find out. Let me see. This is Tayo. Tayo says, Omo, anointing, don't leave grace. Somebody say power. Power. December, don't leave Dead Sea. That opinion of relocating someone you're dating is bent like the maker's legs, and it's a mirage just like her name. Ouch, Tayo. Tayo, you should be in the studio, dropping some bars. We'll get you some beats. Don't worry. Yes. No Didi to do the production on this one. You'll be fine.
Amen.
No issues whatsoever. I would have loved to talk about Didi today. I think we'll have that conversation on Thursday. Fingers are crossed on that one, because time has absolutely flown by. And rest in peace to Rob and Michelle Rainier. I mean, nobody should go out like that, really. I mean, murdered in their home. That was just such a scary one. The good Lord keep protecting each and every single one of us. Dali says, now what we did today, I'll get your front row seat, Dali, and of course your big sun hats, very important. Butcha, not true talk. In my observation, most young sons of these days have zero grit, no resilience at all. They're just not grounded. So many cases of such, I can't take this anymore, I will end it all. God help us parents and these young ones. Every generation had the thing that made them feel insecure and inadequate. In this age, social media does have a nasty part to play. I did not know this Peller, but if the guy is just 20, he has a very long way to go, and he needs to get grounded and resilient and grow some, I guess you mean some cojones. Well, yeah. I helped you to complete that tally. I knew where you were going to. And this one is from Ibukun. Ibukun Ketu says, Omoni just click or rage bait. No, it's actually Non's Mirage, not Omoni. It's Non's Mirage, actually. That ideology is why we have ladies of negotiable affections and relationships become transactional. It is also why well-to-do guys have multiple girlfriends and no respect for the women. Well, interesting thoughts all around this morning. This is Ayofedada on YouTube, who says, utter woke nonsense. The only reason why Nonmiraj has the effrontery to say such rubbish is because there's a pandemic of weak, simpletonic men in Nigeria, ouch, who always bend to the will of these women. Man, y'all are not having it this morning. Simpletonic women. I need to add that to my vocabulary. Sorry, simpletonic men, simpletonic. Thank you, Ayonfe Dada, for that. We learn every day. That's why we're here. Anyways, we need to wrap it up this morning. Thank you all for the messages. Thank you for all the interactions. Hey, you all are the real MVPs for keeping up with us in the grapevine. Bigger MVP, Irabor. Thank you so much, my brother, for joining me.
My pleasure always, Ayo. Let me just, harp on that money thing. Like, I have that question of, should people who watch or consume content be allowed to criticize, even if they don't join that industry, as a stakeholder? Because I want people to not be discouraged about talking about film, but you have to also respect the person you're talking about if they have a track record of doing something. So criticize constructively. That's where I'm coming from.
Very, very important that we do that. All right, Rabo, thank you so much. Have a great Tuesday and great rest of the week as well. And to you, Lagos, and really wherever it is you're listening to us, because, we global. Thank you so much once again for being a part of the grapevine. This Tuesday morning, Thursday at 8:15, it'll be another installment of the show. And believe me, there's so much to always talk about. My name is Ayokunmi Kikiriak on the Smooth Breakfast. We'll kick on.